Okay, so some of you might be wondering on what hardware is this running. This is self-driving computer 4. You can see the specs here, and full self-driving capability is on. Now, if we go to the autopilot, so here, this is the auto steer and traffic cruise control, but this is the full self-driving. So these are the settings that are on. So in this version, I don't think we have those driving modes like in the Northern America, but this is currently what Tesla is running on these demo drives. Okay, second part video, we're going back. We've chosen a different route. I'm curious, what will the car do here? Will it turn around? Okay, it's backing up into a parking spot. I gotta say that the self-parking on Tesla, I did test it, and the Model Y Juniper works, I would say, flawlessly. It is really good. Not too many other car brands have good self-parking. I tested a few. Okay, interesting. Now this is what you want to see, of course. Okay, I forgot to switch to wide lens, but it handled the incoming car on the parking lot perfectly. I love how it's easy going. There's no stress, there's no worries, even if you do have cars that are just close to you on the parking lot. Okay, I might speed this up, the waiting times as the last time, but we're coming to a railroad crossing, so we're gonna see that. Okay, so this is an interesting scenario. We have a stop sign. Sometimes people are not always generous to let you merge in. The BMW was signaling, but I think he just realized that we are... he didn't realize we were in full self-driving, but again, minimal driver intervention there. Okay, so there's a stop sign here, and the car is cautious. So we're just like a new driver. It's fine. So this is very close to the city center of Zagreb, the capital of Croatia. So busy streets, a lot of traffic. These guys have a rite of pass if they're going straight. Oh, there's room. Okay, the traffic light has closed for him. Perfect. I'm honestly, guys, very pleased what I've seen so far. This is the last video of the demo drive. So let me just check here our route, because I think the car might have decided to change it. So actually here, oh yeah, we're supposed to go this way, but it reacts to the traffic. So this is fine. We're going to continue on the route because it's probably the fastest. We were like first hoping it was going to go through the neighborhoods a little bit, but it is also taking into account the time, so you spend less time in traffic, which makes perfect sense. But the traffic is getting busier, at least it feels like on this part. Again, perfect stopping, not too aggressive. So a lot of people might get car sick, especially in EVs if you're in the back seat. But I think the deaccelerating, braking, and accelerating is perfectly fine, because many times when you jump into a taxi, and if it's an EV, if it's a driver, I mean, it's regardless, is it an EV or an ICE car? Some drivers just, punch the gas, brake hard. It's a very unpleasant drive. And in EVs, with a lot of power, that might be even more pronounced. But I can imagine that this is also going to be for the Tesla Robotaxi. It's actually pretty nice if you're worried about being nauseous in a self-driving car. I can confirm, at least from my end, that I'm not experiencing this at the moment. Poor Mazda. Looks like someone got a flat tire. So guys, tell me in the comment section, I mean, once this gets a fully finished product, what do you think about the idea that you can just read a book? Would you be so confident to use this? You know, this is city traffic. We've seen in my past video that this can also handle the highway. It's even actually probably safer on the highway. There's sometimes less traffic, at least here in Croatia. And, you know, it would be cool if you can watch a TV show or, you know, read a book, do some emails, especially if you're commuting on a longer route for like an hour or two. This is not a thing here in Croatia, but like neighboring Slovenia, people are commuting a lot to work. It's more like an American lifestyle. I do have some relatives in USA, and my cousin travels to work 2 hours in one direction. So I'm pretty sure she would appreciate something like this if she can do something else while driving. I do commute every week back to Zagreb and Zadar, which is almost a 3-hour trip, and sometimes it is exhausting, and I would like to have something like this. Of course, talking about when it's going to be unsupervised and fully finished product that I can just engage the autopilot. But because believe it or not, we have already airplanes that can land without pilot intervention of the airplane. And I see why this could have definitely a lot of value in the future. Now, the idea that your car can, while you're not using it, drive around like a robo-taxi seems like a good idea if you're making money out of it. But personally, I maybe wouldn't do that with my personal car, because some people, you know, they just disrespect the car and maybe trash it. But potential idea, if you have kids in the future, you might, you know, leave your kid into the car, and the car could drop it off at soccer or something else. If it's, we're not talking about here like very young kids, but if they're going to school, they're already, you know, aware of the traffic and the rules of the society. You know, maybe the car could just pick them up after soccer practice. If it's a really bad weather, you're not feeling like you're under the weather, you're feeling sick, but you can send your car to pick up someone you know. Or let's say your relative is coming to an airport, and the car can just go pick them up, so you don't have to do it if you're busy doing something else. There's a lot of potential in this. self-driving technology. And something that this could potentially expand to regarding traffic is railroad as well. Imagine also the buses can do that, at least here in the city, perhaps. At least the railroad is, when it comes to trams, always, for the most part, closed. It's not always on the traffic with the cars, but I think that could be definitely easily implemented. There are a lot of comments about the car hitting all the manholes and these potholes. It's just the road condition. It's nothing. The car is not going to be, avoiding these. It does avoid if there's like a traffic cone or something. I did notice that, but this is just poor road conditions. I mean, that's just life, I guess. There is already now news of hardware 4.5 coming. Elon Musk did comment that in 2027, this is 26, beginning of the year, there will be hardware 5. Now, I know Elon Musk likes to be ambitious in his prognosis, but with level 5, he stated that should be enough for unsupervised full self-driving. But in the future, of course, they're going to just keep advancing. See, this is the one that it just try to like swerve away a little bit, but they will continue developing the chips, or the AI chips, 6th, 7th generation, but those will be used for the robots that are eventually going to replace some dual tasks, repetitive tasks in the factory or manufacturing processes. So that is also something in the future. So in second quarter of, or at least end of second quarter, there should be definitely hardware 4.5 coming into new Model 3s and Model Ys, S and Xs, of course. We also saw there are on the hardware 4.5, at least for the robo-taxis, the Junipers, there are washer cameras on the rear and on the side, repeater cameras, which is a nice feature. I do think Tesla should have added that on the rear camera. On my car, usually the side cameras are pretty clean because of the aerodynamics. But it's something they might just add later to the standard for the consumers, Model Ys. Usually we see new changes first now in the robotaxis. I'm talking about the latest versions that are driving now without a driver. Apologies if the camera is going a little bit sideways. I just this time we're focused on the traffic. I gotta say, I'm really, as a passenger, relaxed, because after the first drive and the second drive, I can definitely say, of course with the driver, I'm completely relaxed and fine. I trust the car and the driver to intervene in minor errors maybe that the car does, again, supervised. But so far, I would say I'm also confident that I could sit behind the wheel and supervise it as well. This is not currently available. It's only for trained Tesla employees. But next month, if Tesla gets approval, they are hoping to get approval based on, I believe it's the Netherlands or Belgium, I forgot now. They're hoping to get approval. We have a green arrow here. They will get approval locally, and maybe the other EU members will just add approval as well. I think Croatia might be one of these countries, because that's the reason why this is now demoing here. We all know that Rimac is also trying to launch its own robotaxi, so there must be regulations to approve this. So Tesla does have also that goal and benefit, because there's a little competition as well, to easier get approval here in Croatia. So far, I think these demos were in Germany, Italy, France, Croatia, and I'm not sure if there's one more country. I think I just read that Norway has also gave a green light for these test drives. We're coming back to Tesla now, so I hope you enjoy this video. Hopefully maybe in a month or two I can subscribe to this and test it on my car. My car does have, actually no, my car has a hardware 3, so, or 3.5, I forgot. So this is not, the supervised version is not available on that. You do need a hardware. And if you purchase the FSD, in the past Tesla or Elon has stated that they will upgrade your hardware. They will retrofit it afterwards. And I saw they were doing that on the Model S, as the earlier versions. So you can definitely count on that. Stay tuned for more videos. And if you like this content, do feel free to use my referral. I'm going to put it in the video description. You get either 1,000 kilometers on Tesla supercharging for free, or 500 euros off, I believe. If you don't want to use mine, that's perfectly fine. You can use someone else's. Just use it when you're ordering a new car, so you don't miss out on that. Because if you just order straight from the Tesla webpage, you're not going to get that. So just use any owner's referral code, so to get that benefit. Thanks for watching.